Platonic relationships are one of the biggest causes of divorce that there is in the world today. Who do people cheat on their spouses with? Their friends. When you do it, you're defeating your whole point of creation. And not from the ear, yet at times she's an eavesdropper. As it says in Genesis 18:10, now Sarah was listening at the entrance of the tent, even Sarah Imenu, Kodesh Kodeshim, Malach Hashem. When Avraham Avinu was sitting with the angels, he thought there were just three different Arabs. He didn't know there were angels. And one of them says, "Where's Sarah, your wife?" So shows Sarah is modest. She's not hanging out with the guys. Unfortunately, like today's women, you see sometimes the women hanging out with the guys more than the guys hanging out with the guys. "Oh, hi, honey. Oh, look, Steve's at our house." "What do you mean Steve's at our house?" "No, he came over, so we were just talking until you came home." "Why is a guy at my house and I'm not here? Why are you hanging out with him anyway, even if I'm here?" "No, we're friends." "Hey, Rabbi, am I allowed to have guy friends?" If you're a girl, no. If you're a guy, yeah. Why not? Because it's inappropriate. You can have co-workers. Hello, hello, goodbye, goodbye. That's the extent of the relationship. You know, if you need to talk about certain things to do with work, no problem. But there's absolutely no purpose whatsoever, no useful purpose whatsoever for you to ask him, "What are you doing on the weekends?" Why? Platonic relationships are one of the biggest causes of divorce that there is in the world today. Who do people cheat on their spouses with? Their friends. You don't cheat on your spouse with some random stranger you met at Starbucks. You cheat with someone that is friendly. The accountant that became like a family friend. The lawyer that's like a brother. The next door neighbor that just is like a housemate. The cousin that spends a few months a year at your house. That's what cheating is. Cheating is from that. As soon as you stop distinguishing the difference between men and women, and you simply allow women and men to hang out with each other even if they're not married to each other, you're ruining all senses of shame, all senses of modesty. You're simply ruining the world. Why? Because in essence, you're telling people that Sarah Imenu was mistaken when she was in a different room while the men were having a conversation. Yeah, but she wants to talk too. Okay, so get a girlfriend, talk to her. There is no reason for you to talk to an opposite gender. Unless it's, again, like I said, for work purposes. Why? Because the mind of a man does not work like a woman. It doesn't. No matter what you do. It doesn't work. The woman could look at a guy, or at least that's the way it used to be, and she sees a personality. She sees a guy, he's like, "Oh, he looks funny. He looks smart. He looks honest. He looks like a genuine person." A guy looks at a woman, she looks delicious, like a steak. That's it. That's how guys think. It's a reality. It's a reality of the world. If you deny that, then you're simply naive. Platonic relationships are simply a weapon of the Satan to make you think that this is going to work. "No, you're wrong. I've been friends with them for 10 years and nothing ever happened yet." Never an opportunity, perhaps. He was never interested yet. Maybe he wasn't this, maybe he wasn't that. But the point being is that, just when I tell you, at some point or another, if opportunity presents itself, he will, or you will. Because that's just the nature of the beast. So even Sarah Imenu was as modest as she was. She went into a different room, but yet, her nature, still an inclination, she still wanted to hear what's going on. And the Midrash didn't say, we wouldn't be allowed to say it. Sarah's Kodesh Kodeshim. Says that the inclination still was like, listen, Chas v'Shalom, would I be socializing with the guys? If I want to talk to women, I'll talk to women. There's no reason for me to be among a bunch of guys. For what? But I still want to know what's going on. I'm curious. HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, I didn't create you from the ear specifically so you don't do that. What do you care? If there's something important, your husband will tell you. Your husband will tell you. If there's something important, your wife's going to tell you. What do you need to do all this for? But that's the nature. The nature of a person. Even if the person's righteous, they still have a nature in them. Then it says, I didn't create them from the mouth, yet at times she's a talkative person. As it stated, Miriam and Aaron spoke against Moshe in Numbers 12:1. Even though Miriam was holier than holy, she was Kodesh Kodeshim. She was a prophet. Neviah Hashem, the only reason we had a river of water that tasted like whatever you wanted, whether you wanted milk or you wanted wine or you wanted orange juice, that river, that was like the man. The river of Miriam was like the man. Whatever tasted you wanted, that's what it was. On what? On her merit. That's how amazing Miriam was. Yet, the moment she had a little bit of time with her brother, she said, Aaron, what's going on with Moshe? Why did he leave his wife Tzipporah? Kadosh Baruch Hu says, that those few words were already too much. Why are you talking about somebody else? I didn't create you from the mouth, so you don't talk extra. You don't talk extra. And he punished her for it. Every day we read about it in our tefillah. Reminder of the act that Miriam did, because as righteous as she was, she made a mistake once in her life. Alvai, we only made one mistake once in our life. Only once. Once in our life she made a mistake, and Hashem reminds us of it every day, which is to her merit. But nonetheless, he says, I didn't create you from the mouth, so you don't talk too much. Do I really need to explain this one? Sometimes you have certain women, the husband comes home from work and she's still on the phone. She doesn't even say hello to the husband. 15 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour after he's home, she comes, hey honey, how was work? I've been home for an hour. Yeah, I was on the phone with my cousin, I was on the phone with my mom, I was on the phone with somebody. In Judaism, your husband is the king. The wife is the queen. What does that mean? That means that as soon as he comes home, there is no phone. You hang up the phone, my husband's home, click. Not like, listen, no, my husband's home, bye, click, honey. That's the way it's supposed to be. What? He's a king. If the king shows up anywhere, what do you do? Listen, Your Highness, I'll talk to you in a minute, okay? I'm gonna finish the call, I'll get to you in 15 minutes, okay? I'll get to you. Doesn't he treat you a king? And you say, well, he doesn't treat me like a queen. If you treat him like a king, maybe he would. Stopped working? Tavi. But why is she forgetting to treat her husband like a king? She's too involved in her own talking, in her own conversation with her girlfriend, with her mother, with her cousin, with her sister, with somebody else. She's so involved in somebody else's life, she forgets the responsibility of her own life. She forgets that the king just showed up, or maybe the little princess and the princesses, which is our kids. Kids show up at the house. She doesn't even notice. Why? She's busy with other stuff. Your kids are home. Your responsibility in the world is your husband and kids. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, I did not create you from the mouth specifically to try to remind you not to waste so many words, because wasting so many words is going to lead to problems. Number one, it's going to lead to Lashon Hara, which in itself could cost you heaven. Number two, simply talking so much about other people's lives will make you live through them vicariously, to the extent where you'll forget about your own life. You're so busy talking about other people's life, you forget about your own life. Platonic relationships are one of the biggest causes of divorce that there is in the world today. Who do people cheat on their spouses with? Their friends. You don't cheat on your spouse with some random stranger you met at Starbucks. You cheat with someone that is friendly.